Students, let's make a robot. We're gonna make a simple Vex robot right now. All right, let's talk about supplies. You need some tools, guys. For the structure of your robot's body, you will need 3 pieces of metal. Get you some metal pieces. You're gonna kind of form out an H or an I. Well, I guess it depends on how you look at it. Does anybody else realize that I just spelled out the word hi? Hey y'all, hi. Get you one of these brain dealies. Y'all, you need 4 motors. Now, you're gonna be surprised because there are a couple different types. We got motor modules, servo modules, and 2-wire motors. Just get 4 that are kind of similar. You're gonna be like,
but Mr. Better, how do I know which one's the motor screw?
well, you're gonna have to see which of those screws fit into the motor. Duh. Pow! You're gonna need 4 motor controllers. Go get them. Watch out for this. You are gonna need to make sure that your motor controllers match your motors. How are you gonna know that? Well, they got little prongs on them. You're gonna have to make sure those prongs match up. We're going places. Hey, not without those 4 wheels, you're not. Go get your 4 wheels. Duh. Something to think about. The size of your wheel makes a difference. Depends on what you want. You want to go fast, you want to go slow, or do you want traction? That little thing on the right is called a crystal. It's got a number on it. It says 89. It needs to match the antenna number. The antenna number says 89. You need both of these, the antenna and the crystal. You got to have some power, y'all. You need a battery pack. You're gonna need 8 regular screws, also known as 832 screws. You're also gonna need 8 Kepps nuts. How are you gonna know it's a Kepps nut? It has teeth. Make sure these fit together. You will also need 8 motor screws. These are also called 632 screws. You're gonna know because they're a little bit skinnier. Pow! You're gonna need 8 spacers. I'm so spaced out right now. You're also gonna need 4 long spacers. You see the difference between the two? The short ones and the long ones? Stay organized. You gotta get you a baggie, write your names on it. That's gonna help keep all those loose little parts together, and it's gonna make sure no one steals your stuff, because project theft is real. You got this. Let's go make a robot. Let's have some fun. Alright guys, let's get this party started. We're gonna get some regular screws, also called the 832 screws, and then we're gonna get some Kepps nuts. You'll know they're the Kepps nuts because they got little teeth, a little collar of teeth around them. We're gonna need some of those. You're also gonna need a couple of pieces of metal. I got this one right here, it's kind of U-shaped. That's good. I got this one right here, it's kind of L-shaped. That's good. These two actually are L-shaped. That's kind of what I want. So the idea here is you are gonna build your robot's body up like so. So you want to just try to find the middle here. We're going to sort of make a letter I or a letter H, depending on how you look at it. And I've kind of got the middle here figured out. I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to line up these holes here. This pattern of squares helps you make more precise adjustments and measurements here. So I'm going to get one of my screws here, my 832 screws, and I'm going to go, I want to make a little triangle. So see what I just did here? I made a little triangle, and I made sure not to get too close to the edge. I have an empty spot here and an empty spot here, and I have these 3 little points here, and they're gonna hold my crossbar on the top here. So I'm gonna get my Kepps nuts and screw them on. So I'm just gonna screw that down. Just using my hands. I don't really need a tool, but if you want to grab a tool, you can. And those teeth help kind of grip, keep it tight. Now I am gonna flip it over here, grab the tool here, and tighten it up a little bit, just for laughs, just to keep it sturdy. Be careful not to strip these. These have seen heavy use here at Beaufort Middle School. So now we want to get the other side. I'm just going to kind of make sure it's even Steven, like so. I am going to make a little triangle. I'm going to count over. I'm going to go one over here, and I'm going to go one over right here. And then I'm going to find the middle point, which is right here. So that looks good. I'm going to screw those in. Alright, so I got my body structure of my robot ready to roll. It's looking good. Nice and sturdy. So now what we need some of the 632 screws, the motor screws, and we also need some of the short spacers. These are going to help put our motors on. Alright guys, let's talk about your motors. So here's your motor. We are going to look here at the ends, and we're going to go for the third and the fourth hole. Right here, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So this third and fourth hole right here in the middle, this is where we're going to put our motor. Okay. Now it'll be kind of frustrating because you're probably going to put these on backwards, so we're going to have to take these on and off to figure out the direction of the wheel movement later. So get comfortable with this process of removing and attaching the motor, because it's going to be frustrating. So I'm going to get some screws and some spacers, and I'm going to put this thing on. Ever so gently, I'm going to put some spacers right here at the 3 and 4 hole. See that? 1, 2, 3, 4 right in the middle. Got 2 spacers right there. I'm going to get my motor screws, also called the 632 screws, and I'm going to place those into the hole, and I'm going to start putting that in. And I'm just going to screw them in. I don't really need my tool yet. I'm just going to do it by hand because I'm a savage. Now, if you're not feeling like a savage, you can take your tool here and tighten it up, which I think I'm going to do that because I'm losing my edge here. Oops, I got the wrong tool. Always want the right tool for the job, guys. So here I go, and we get this one right here. It's a little bit smaller. Cool. So one thing to pay attention to, see the direction of the writing? I have a sneaking suspicion that if we make sure this Vex motor is in the same direction as up here, that they'll probably be spinning right. So let's do that one next. So I'm gonna get another motor. So I have a sneaking suspicion, I could be wrong, but we are gonna take, see how I got those? They're sort of, they're neighbors there. Well, I'm gonna go up here and make sure that the writing is in the same direction. And I'm gonna go to that third and fourth hole right there. And you see how Vex and Vex are kind of going in the same direction. I think that's gonna help down the road when our wheels start to turn. So let's put that bad boy on. Again, I'm lining up the third and fourth hole. I'm gonna get my 2 little spacers here, like that. And I'm gonna just put those in. Start screwing them in. Now, a lot of these little screws are stripped because they have seen heavy usage here at Buford Middle School. So notice how I have this motor says Vex, it's going the right way. This motor says Vex, so the writing is going the same way, and then also the wires are kind of hanging in the same direction. I think down the road that's going to be a good thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to repeat that process and do it on the right hand side. So I'm going to take my other motor here. I got the writing. I'm going to make sure it's like parallel. So I got my wires are kind of hanging in the right direction. So again, I'm putting it on the third and fourth spot here. Alright, motor number 3. So I'm going to take them and make sure this is lining up. So I got my Vex. They're going the same direction. It looks good. The wires are all hanging the same way. I think that's going to be good down the road. Okay, I got my four motors on. You can see that the wires are kind of going in the same direction. I think that's going to be good later. Alright guys, we're going to have a talk about collars and shafts. So this stick right here, this rod, is the shaft, and then this right here is the collar. Now you might get in a situation where you find one of these and it has a collar on there that you cannot remove. Now what you will do is you will take one of these tools here and loosen up the little screw in the collar. And what that will do is it'll allow you to pull this off. So these little collars have a little screw in them like this, and you will need this tool to loosen and tighten them up. Now you can look right here. If you look and see what's happening, see how it's screwing it in? This is a collar. This is the shaft. Boom.